Okay, everyone, thanks for joining. So, in the last class, we have discussed about the topics that we are going to cover in this course, right? So our first topic will be about the introduction, um, Selenium introduction. So, in this, we are going to talk about the evolution of Selenium, how Selenium was evolved, and what are all the versions we have, what is the latest version we are using. Okay, as you know, we learned what are all the benefits of using Selenium and automation testing, right? So now we are going to see what are all the different versions being used to automate web applications. So Selenium is only meant to automate web applications. It will not automate window-based or native applications. So Selenium is only for automating the web applications. Let us start with the first version of Selenium, which is very familiar with us. We call it as Selenium IDE, Integrated Development Environment. So this is the first version of Selenium evolved, and uh, so it was available in the form of plugin. So it is the plugin for Firefox. Simply you can, if you have the Firefox browser, you can install the Selenium IDE as plugin. So plugin can be installed. So what it will do is it will simply record the actions. So whatever the action that you are doing with the web application, it will simply record and play back. So it can simply record and play back. So there is no scripting. So scripting is not at all required if you are using Selenium IDE. So it is available in the form of plugin for Firefox. It will simply record and playback. So this is the first version of Selenium, which is very simple and very easy to use. But nowadays people are, all of them are concentrating on third version, that is WebDriver. So second thing, what is the second version of Selenium is Selenium Remote Control, which is programmed. Here you have to use some programming language to write the automation script. Again, it is also used to automate web applications. So it is a programmed one, but this version got, it is no longer used by the industries. So it has been, what do you mean? So it has been removed completely from the Selenium. So it is no longer used. Why? Because it has some restrictions and it has some mechanisms which will not work properly. So we have found many bugs over using this remote control. So people are nowadays they are not using it. Third one is WebDriver. So WebDriver is the advanced one, latest version of 4 series, and we have a beta version as well. 4 series beta version as well we have. So this WebDriver supports n number of programming languages. So whatever the advantages that we seen in the last class is applicable to this WebDriver. And fourth one is which is, we'll call it as Selenium Grid. Selenium Grid is the configuration tool. We can say this one is configuration tool. Using this, what you can do is simply you have to write the script using WebDriver or other coding languages, and you can simply configure them to use under different platforms. Like you can perform parallel executions. What do you mean by parallel execution? So parallel execution is nothing but running the test script across different platforms, running your automation script in different platforms like Windows, Linux, Ubuntu, like this. You can run, what you can do here is simply you can use Selenium Root for configuration for parallel execution. So it will allow you to perform the parallel execution. So our focus is just to learn about this WebDriver. So it has a huge number of concepts to learn. So we will focus on WebDriver. So, so this is the evolution of Selenium. What are the topics that we covered so far is, these four versions are all evolution. So WebDriver is basically an interface. You will not understand what is interfaces unless and until you study Java. So interface. So simply you remember this word, WebDriver is interface. So when we are studying more about Java, we will try to understand what is interfaces. Okay, WebDriver is an interface which is used to automate the web application. It has huge number of functions. It has many functions to handle the web application, to automate the web application. So how to configure the WebDriver? Let us discuss about the configuration today. It is very easy. This configuration requires two things. Before we see this configuration part, we just want to we just need some basic things to be installed in our machine. Number one is any programming language is fine. Say for example, we are going to use Java. So Java should be installed. Install the latest version of JDK. So thereby you'll get the complete Java pack. So latest version is 14, Java 14. So JDK 14, go and download JDK 14 from the Oracle website, which is the official website for Java releases. Number two, once you install the Java, you just have to set the environment variable. You have to just say to your machine that your Java has been installed here. So this is the path. You get the path from there. So that is environment variable, which is nothing but a key value pair. It will have key as well as value. And third one is you should have some IDE, integrated development environment. There are different IDEs available in market, something like Eclipse, IntelliJ, and there are many other tools. So before we learn about this WebDriver configuration, you have to install all these three in your machine. Now we will see how to install JDK. So go to, I have already installed the JDK in my machine. How to find out whether Java has been installed in your machine or not? It is very simple. Open command prompt. We are just going to check the version installed or Java, whether Java is present in your machine or not. Simply go to command prompt, sorry, Java space version. So Java space version. If you put Java space version, it will tell you what are the latest Java version is installed in your machine. Okay, so if Java is not there, it will say as unrecognized thing like that. You will get some error. If Java is not at all installed in your machine, then you will get an error. This command is not recognized like that. So how to install Java? So go to Google and download JDK considering your operating system's bit, whether it is 32 or 64. How to find out the bit? Simply right click in my computer. You will see what is the operating system you have is. I'm having 64-bit operating system. Windows 10 64-bit. You have to simply search for JDK download for 64-bit Windows. So there are different ways, websites to download Java. You simply go to Oracle and download the exe file, JDK exe file. You should have an account to download this file first of all. So you have to create one account. So this is the latest version for Windows 64-bit. You have to download this thing, JDK Windows.exe file. You have to download this exe. Since I already have Java installed in my machine, I'm not going to download this thing. Once you download, once the download is success, you run this file, you will get a window and click next. You install. After the installation, you need to set the environment variable. You need to set environment variable. So once the installation is completed, you have to set the environment variable. How to set the environment variable? Go to run, search for environment, edit the system environment variables. Go to this option. So in advanced tab, you can find one button called environment variables. Click on this environment variables. Here you need to set two paths. I mean, one is Java home. So this is the key, Java home, which points, once you download it, I mean, once you install the Java, you can see one folder got created here. In your local C disk, go to program files, you can see one folder got created with the name of Java. After the installation, I'm telling. So once you downloaded this JDK for 64-bit and install, you will get a folder created here. Okay, so go to this folder. There is a JDK 14. So whatever the version that you're downloading, the name will be displayed. So you go to JDK 14. So this path is known as Java home till JDK. Okay, see program files Java JDK till JDK is what? Java home. You have to set two environment variables. One is Java home, Java underscore home. This is the key. Now I'm in environment variable section. Add a new variable called Java underscore home, which I have already, but I'm telling it once again. So what is the value should be given? This is the key, and what is the value should be given? So this path is the value. So this path is the value. Click OK, that will be added here. So there are two sections you can see. User variable for admin. Someone, those who are using organization websites, I mean laptops, will not able to access this section. In this case, you can add for this particular user alone. So this is the user system variable, and this is the admin system variable. You can add here, it will work for everyone. But if you add to the specific users, it will only work for the user to whom you have added. Okay. Any doubts? Hari, Subha, any doubts so far?
No,
We have just added, what we did is we have installed the JDK. Once JDK is installed, we are trying to add environment variable. The first variable will be your Java home. So Java home is my JDK path, the path till JDK, path till C program files Java JDK. So next, what is the next variable I need to set is path. Again, go to environment variables, edit system environment variables, go to environment variables. There is a path. So for each and every applications installed in your Windows, there will be a path created. So each one will be having location, no, that is called path. So If one application depends on some software to be run at the background, then you need to create this path. You have to set this path. Since we are going to run our Selenium script using Java, and I have to set Selenium path. So there is a path. You simply click there and edit, or simply right click. So there are two different paths. So our Java path, how to add our Java path? Go inside this JDK and go inside this bin. This is your path of Java. Till JDK is what? Java home. Inside bin, go inside bin and make this as a variable value for path. And this is known as Java path. So this is Java path. So this is Java home. Till JDK is Java home. So add like this. So I just need to add this path of Java. So I'm simply copying it and I'm adding here. I have added already and click OK. Then apply. Then if you click OK again, it will be added successfully. So once Java is installed in your machine, you need to do what? You have to set the environment variable. One is Java home. Java home is till JDK folder and path is till bin folder. Okay, then click OK, apply and OK. So your changes will be saved. Then go to command prompt and search for the Java version installed. It will show Java version is 14. Okay. So with this, we have completed the installation of JDK. Next, and we have also discussed about environment variable setting. Third one is IDE. You can choose any IDEs that you want. I have installed Eclipse. Go to eclipse.org in the browser. Go to eclipse.org and download the latest version of Eclipse. Again, you need to check the operating system's bit. So this is for 64-bit. So automatically it will show, it will recognize your operating system's bit and it will show the bit. So download 64-bit and install. So this basically editor where you program actually. In Python we have PyCharm, like that we have. So if you are using Java, you can also use Eclipse. Simply download and execute the file. Eclipse will be downloaded and install in your machine and open it. So this is the latest version of Eclipse IDE. And now we are going to write a simple Java program just to print something. How to write a Java program? So in Java, everything is an object. Java, everything is objects. And Java is the object-oriented programming language. We'll see what is object orientation and what all the concepts are there in object-oriented programming. We are going to discuss anyway. Only for this configuration sake, we are going to learn how to create a class. Now we are going to see how to create a class. So there is a keyword called a class. I'm just going to create a class where in which I am going to simply write the script to configure the WebDriver. Class, in Java, Java is a case sensitive language, so you should be very careful writing the keywords, especially like this. If you put capital C, it will not work. So Java is the case sensitive language. So you have to use a keyword called a class, and you have to put the space, put the class name. You can have class name as you wish. I'm making this testing. So it should be opened and closed. So in Java, your program execution will always start from main method. So write a main method. If it is C, simply will complete like this, public void or a method name. So, but in Java, we need to write a very big statement, public void, public static void main, inside which you have to pass the string argument. So we will see what all these keywords refers for. But so this is how you need to create a class. And just want to print something in the console. So I'm using system class. That is object out.println is the method. And I'm putting some statement over here to print. So if you compile and run this program, what it will print, what will be the output of this program is testing class. It will simply print what are the thing written under this codes. So this is how Java class works. So this execution, how this execution happens, it will check for the main method first, and whatever the lines written under this main method will be executed. So now we will see how to create this class in Eclipse IDE. Now I have typed everything in a notepad. We'll see how to create a class in, create a project in Eclipse. So this entire thing is related with the Java project. So Eclipse will allow you to create any number of projects, like Maven project you can create, Maven, Gradle, and simply a Java project. So now I'm concentrating on creating simple Java project. Simply I'm going to file, new, Java project. There is an option called Java project. So put the project name. Project name can be anything, but there is a standard in writing project name. Especially you need to start with your organization name. Your organization name is um, QA dot project name, like this. They may have some standard project names, but there is no issue. Whatever the name that you are putting, the same will be displayed in this package explorer. You don't need to worry about this project name. So, and it automatically selects once you install JDK, Java Standard Edition 14 will be set as in JRE. So JRE means Java Runtime Environment. So before I start with the Java, I'll tell you what is JRE, JDK, and JVM is. Now click on next. So this is the structure that your project will give. So this is my project name, QA.testing. Under this, you can see one simple folder called SRC. This is the simple Java project it is showing. And click on finish. So don't create a module as of now. I'll tell you what is module is. These are all the other projects I have created. But what is my project is now I have created is QA.testing. So go to this folder. You can see now. So this project structure has SRC folder, and what is JRE is Java Runtime Environment. All the libraries belongs to Java will be placed here. So once you select JRE there, which was automatically selected once you install Java, that will be selected automatically here. You no need to worry, but it should be there. JRE system without this program will not be executed. JRE system library. So under this SRC folder, I'm going to create a simple Java class. Simply right click and create a class. class names first letter would be capital always. Class names first letter. So this letter should be in uppercase. I'm creating a class called testing again. You can simply check this public static void main to have this in your class automatically. Otherwise, you can write. I'm simply checking it so that you can have this in your class. So now I got my class created, which is public class testing. Public static void main. I already told you this is the main method. This is the auto generated method stuff. So now I'm going to print something. So what is a print method is there inside this class called system dot. If you put dot, it will show the suggestions. So this is the output stream dot out. Since I'm going to print something, I'm making this as out dot. There is a method called print or println. If you put some strings over here inside this quotes, that will be printed. Testing automation. Simply right click and run this program. Run as Java application. Simply it will print this testing automation. So I got this output. So now we will see how to configure this web driver here. So to configure WebDriver, I have two steps. How to configure WebDriver inside your class file, Java class. Because without using WebDriver, you cannot run a web application. You cannot automate a web application. So how to configure WebDriver inside the class? First thing is we have used system.out.println to print the statement. This println method is there. Say this system class. Similarly, there is a method called setProperty, which is present inside this system class. There is a method called system.setProperty. SetProperty is the method which is there inside this system class. So what it will do? So what it will accept is it will accept key value. It will set the property for your system in key value pair. Okay. What is the use of set property method? It uses to set the property to the system. So whatever the property that you need, the same can be setted over here using set property method. For example, Java version, if you want to keep Java version, set this property, then you can set. Or if you want to explicitly write some key value, then you can set. Browser versions, all the key value pairs can be set as a property to the system. That is the use of set property method. So which will accept key and value. So to set this WebDriver as your property, to set this system property as WebDriver, then you need to use a keyword called WebDriver. So this is a key. So it should not be changed. What is the browser that you are going to use? Chrome or IE or Firefox? Using which browser you are going to automate? Now I'm concentrating on automating the web application using Chrome browser. I'm putting as Chrome. All small. WebDriver.chrome.driver. So this is the key to set the property for WebDriver. What would be your value? We'll see what will be values. Any doubts for what is system properties and why we have webdriver.chrome.driver. So if you're using IE, Internet Explorer, then you have to change this as IE. Or if you want Firefox, then there is a keyword called Gecko. So it is like a syntax. This key this key is case sensitive, and it should be spelled properly. Then only your WebDriver system property would be success. Otherwise, it will throw an error called null pointer exception. If a key or value is not proper, then what it will throw null pointer exception. In exception handling, we are going to see how to handle exceptions, what are the different types of exceptions available. So far it is clear, no? I'm going to, so shall we use Chrome? So shall we try to automate web application using Chrome? If Chrome, then this is the statement you have to write inside the class. I'm going to set the property. If you put like this is comment line. So that will not be compiled or executed. This is a comment line. If you put double slash over here, that will not be executed. What is my first step? System dot set property. So set property will accept string key and string value, as I told you. So key, what would be my key? Put semicolon at the end of every statement in Java. So what would be my key to set the property? If I want to use Chrome WebDriver, then use WebDriver dot Chrome dot driver.